Late recap for what was a very late game, 9:40 tip-off for Central Time Minnesotans, although hopefully you just didn't watch that one yet again, as the Timberwolves lose by 15 for their third straight loss against the Denver Nuggets. We now trailed the series 2-3, had the first two wins on the road, and now dropped three straight, which the Wolves have not done for the entirety of the season until last night. Terrible time to do so, real rough. But, man, it's just the brilliance of Denver showing out, and Jokic especially. He has just gotten to the point where he's fully unlocked in this series. The stages early on in our first couple games where we made him uncomfortable, we were making an impact, limiting his efficiency. That's all out the window. He's efficient, he's scoring, he's getting people involved. I think it was the first player in NBA history to account for 70 points, scoring and assisting without a turnover. That was the brilliance Jokic was doing. He was igniting transition plays for them. They'd have 12 more fast break points than us, dominating the paint. We cannot get him to miss anything around the rim at this point. They have a 14-point advantage in paint points, and that was something I felt so good about in the early games. And even game 3, when we were missing some good looks at the rim, and we've got such an advantage in athleticism around the rim. They don't have rim protection. We should be able to punish them in the paint, but Denver is loading up on Anthony Edwards, making him get rid of the ball. He has 9 assists in this game and does make a lot of good plays, but they're making someone else beat them. And we're not having enough people step up to do so. Mike Conley was also missing in this game for the Timberwolves with some Achilles soreness. And it's how good Denver is. They're so balanced, and it feels like they've really figured out what we are going to attack them with. They're comfortable in it again. I thought the defensive pressure out of the Wolves was really elevated through a lot of this game, and then the Nuggets still end up shooting 55%. They still are pretty unstoppable in the end. I mean, the first half was a real scrappy game. Yeah, felt pretty good that we were in it. It was kind of our type of game where we can eventually go on a run and capitalize and win that one. But we have not had runs in this series, really. Just not sustainable ones, at least in the last 3 games. It's the Nuggets that have these big runs. And each time we get a couple baskets, they're responding. They're having the tough shot making. Jokic floater in the lane, finding a way. And everything's kind of unlocked. They got the KCP game, very balanced scoring. I think it was 16 out of Jamal, 16 out of KCP. Christian Braun has been insane off the bench. The bench production has kind of switched, where Denver's really showing up the last 3 games, and we need to do this by committee because they got the best player in the world. And even when Anthony Edwards is elevating and playing to that level too, we still need to step up more. But they've got the extreme continuity with their core group, a little bit more experience, championship experience. So they're still a little ahead of us in that, right? Gotta get this one at home in Game 6. We face elimination. If we can get to a Game 7, anything can happen. We've got Anthony Edwards. It's not like we have the best player because they got Jokic, but anything can happen in a Game 7. So we got to take care of business, all the pressure on us to do so, but we got the home court. We got to get a win at home. Can't drop all 3 home games in this series and lose 4 in a row to end the season. That would be really disappointing, but Denver has got just about everything we're doing locked in. We have not been able to halt their offensive onslaught for 3 straight games. Aaron Gordon has been playing out of his mind. They're utilizing him very smartly and making it more and more difficult for Gobert to roam off of him. He's just becoming one of their core playmakers and ball handlers, and that just opens up so much. His versatility has been a game changer. Nothing different from what made them a championship level team last year, except for that he's maybe even taken more steps in his capabilities. They've got all types of people hooping, everything's going, and they don't even have the Michael Porter Jr. just barrage going yet. So the Nuggets are unlocked. It's going to be a real uphill battle for this Timberwolves team to respond. They've been doing it all year. Things have kind of turned this way, but, not going to lose faith. Still got that in Anthony Edwards. This team can step up. We see the greatness. It's just we have not been able to sustain it through a game, and they're halting our momentum. We're not capitalizing. Got to punch them in the mouth in Game 6. Thursday, I think it's 7:30 tip Central Time. It's time. Also, this may be, we're approaching the end of this series possibly. Not sure if I'm going to do this next season, so we could just have one more coming, maybe two, maybe more, but time could be limited. Anyway, go Wolves. Peace out.